Bruxer, you talked a little bit about scaling on the Astralis team fights. A team composition will take some time to build up. What do you make of SK?
I think both of them are going to be in a really good spot scaling-wise. I think all SK's champions scale.
Get the power thing now.
So it's worth noting here, Zerx is giving the red buff. Apparently, they are, you know, it's clear they think Gwen is going to be killable here, otherwise you will never skip those camps to go for it. Zerx comes in looking for the play. Janak actually steps up, has Ignite, no flash available. No. Zerx goes for the play. Vizisachi needs to walk forward, they need to fight it together, it's a little bit split, but with that, Vizisachi gets the first blood. Beautiful.
Oh, Berlin! I don't know if you appreciate. Bruxer just did play-by-play for first blood. Gilius wants to get a reply. Swing the copter. So this is going to be able to escape with his life for now, at the cost of a flash and Astralis strike first.
They sure do. And to be fair, you know, being a play-by-play caster is pretty fun, but I am lucky that I have my caller caster Quickshot here by my side. Quickshot, take this one.
Oh, Copy's going to be forced to flash. Jezu retreats, step forward, 200 hit points down to 100. One more, so it does it! Treat picks up the kill onto Copy.
We got some fighting, there's some action, I love to see it.
Against what we were assuming. So, is that like good play from SK, misplay from Astralis?
So, I think, you know,
hold that thought. Xerxes gets booted backwards. Certus is flashed forwards. Threaded volley into Auto. Will secure the kill. SK finding it. They just punish Xerxes in the river.
Yeah, does. Now he mostly plays the strong meta picks, but you know, I remember him as like the control-heavy guy, the guy that slowly sets up his team for success, and I think that's definitely still the case.
Oh, beautiful!
There it is, setting up his team.
Flash shockwave from Dayor.
That was very nice.
Into Xerxes picking up the kill. And remember, one fella in this crowd booed an Orianna. You're going to eat those words as Astralis even out the kills, even out the gold, and Bruxer, they just want to outplay. That's Jezu knocked up into the air and not going to be able to turn it around. Copy fires out the rockets. Jezu's going to sidestep the chompers for now. Zap comes out, Ignite is burning, and the flamethrower is firing. Gilius stepping. Shachi, he's got the cannon barrage available. 5v5 in the river. Bruxer, you called it. You said the fight was coming. Copy, level 5. Jezu, level 6. Certus rides the wall to safety. The onslaught of shadows. Fire those needles, but there's not enough damage. Junghoon now steps forward. Certus is caught out. He's going to force the knocker back away. Jezu, red, white guns, tears through Dayor. XK pick up the first. Treat gets 6. The hostile takeover lands onto Chachi, but they can't stick to the targets anymore. It's so far just the one. Continuing to throw out the damage. Can Certus knock someone back? No, it looks like Chachi was pinned against the wall. In the end of it, just one kill and the Herald stands.
It's because it's hard to have tempo, to have control for both of those objectives. Australia used all their control to get the Herald. SK in return gets to push
back. Teams were anticipating a slightly more drawn-out laning phase. That's a pretty large signal.
Yeah, and to be fair, we're going in.
Weaver's wall pulled a little short. Dayor starts to step backwards. Xerxes and Yongu come from behind. Trees is going to fire out the hostile takeover, buys just a few seconds as Xerxes is now looking for the bailout, looking for the handshake between the uprights. Copy does not find a target. Now Gilius forced to ghost away for his life. Ends up being one.
Your only gold lead is on your support, and there's a limit to how much that actually matters. Now, I really like what Gilius is doing here because he knows, once again, it's just the objective trade. One team gets the Drake. If you're fast, you can move to the other objective.
Yes, titles, there are in-game shot callers, IGLs for games like Valorant and Counter-Strike, where traditionally they're actually not the top fraggers or traditionally not the most skilled shooters or aimers, because they're using their brains as a skill. Maybe a parallel could be drawn. Right now, a parallel is being drawn in the river. Certus put the wall down! Certus put the wall down! Jezu retreats locked outside. Can't get in just yet, but Genex is doing work. We just talked about the influence and the impact. Chachi forced a flash for his life. The needle, the snip, snip, snip. The double for Genex. Can he go for another? Yonghoon's going to jump over the wall. And Astralis lose 2. There's no huge objectives to fight for except that mid tower.
I would be really worried right now if I was on Astralis' side, because arguably SK's best player, JNX, is now online.
How does it feel, Bruxer, when you accidentally hit a stopwatch in-game and it is highlighted by the observers and cheered for by Berlin?
Oh, that's a little bit of a rough one for sure. It hits the confidence a little bit. Maybe it's a good thing they're not here in the studio with us, hearing the cheering. To be fair, they're not even going to know what actually happened. But Junghoon looking for the play, getting a little bit eager perhaps, and he will be slain.
Oh, I love it! I love it. Brox are flexing his
Astralis does have control right now, but it's worth noting that SK, they are 1k ahead, and especially JNX is monster strong. He just finished his second item on Gwen. And Astralis is going to have a pretty hard time dealing with him.
Well, Gilius gets jumped on. The Weaver's wall will separate Astralis. Chachi goes good night. Hostile takeover. Catches onto Dayor. Waiting for the shockwave. No flash available. The zap goes a little wide. So SK, they combine the abilities. The Weaver's wall preventing Astralis from jumping into the fight. We're on an Infernal Rift, fighting for an Infernal Drake. And GenX is stepping in from behind. The onslaught of shadows. Fears up too. But a gobble from Young-Hoon will keep Dayor alive for now. He still hasn't fired the shockwave. Finally does. Not enough damage. He's down. SK dumpster. Astralis, but Kobe. He manages to pick up a couple before taken down and aced by SK.
That was some impressive casting. That's all I'm saying. That was beautiful. Wow. Well done, sir.
Broxa, how was the team fight?
Oopsie from SK, actually. Imagine using your TP. Sachi didn't even follow, and now Astralis all of a sudden has TP advantage. That TP advantage can come in really handy and help them get Baron control.
Running. Devastating charge backwards. Catfish for dinner. That is a hella fast.
Pushing out bot, he would have been able to move up and give his team full Baron control. All they had to do was not die for those 10 seconds, but Gilius obviously ran right at them. They couldn't get out. JNX is now getting caught here in the 1v2. No one is going to be able to follow him in time, but he can almost do it.
Who's catching who? That hallowed mist did so much work.
The horse is back.
Give it a lick. No unstoppable onslaught though, so he cannot jump.
They should be able to walk up and check this. I believe they had a blue orb available on Kobe as well, but Kobe is basing. They have no idea this is happening. Kobe isn't base.
No shockwave, no heartbreaker. Cannon barrage is available. The tongue latch comes out, 2,500. Teleport coming forward, flash forward. What? Cersei steals the Baron. Broxa, how did that happen?
You know, very well done patiently, you know, rolling his thumbs around while waiting for the moment, and he got to go for it.
Okay. When I'm assuming we'll get a replay, I hope that we do. After we see Chachi now being caught out, gets jumped up by... Oh, who's catching who? Who's catching who? Shockwave. Not going to find its target. Jezu this time caught out. Flame Chomper's down. Moonlight Vigil. Gale Force forward. And the burning Kobe will just about survive. Woo, that was close. If we do get a replay, Brox, keep swinging. Eventually you'll hit something. Can they hit this time around? Puts it inside the pit. Baron's down to 3,000. SK late.
He's not going to make it.
Onslaught shouts. No, it's way too late to the party. GenX is looking for the flank, and that's already a dead pony. Gilius is dropped in the pit. So it just goes golden with the hourglass, and GenX is wreaking havoc. Snip. Goodbye, Kobe. GenX goes golden. Surges goes mad. In a 4 versus 5. No, screw that. GenX in a 1 versus 4 is going to take the fight. And another game.
Did I say jungle gap? I think it's a top gap if I've ever seen one. JNX is going absolutely beast mode. Solo carrying that fight. There's 30 seconds of time. Kench, 35 on Kobe.
They can get an inhib here
It's
at
going to be a close
right?
one. They get an inhib at worst, but I don't think they're going to get more than that. Let's see though. Let's see, because they do push relatively quickly.
How bold. 3 members of SK pushing into an undefended base. GenX, snip, chucking out those needles. Tower is down. 10 seconds for Young-Hoon. 20 for Kobe. I think they're going to push for this. They're going to look for a Nexus turret. SK, can they close up before anybody even spawns? My word. GenX puts SK in the backpack. The second Nexus turret will fall.
They're going to make it, Trevor.
Nexus is being focused, and SK Gaming take down Astralis.
Wow. JNX is just so good at this game. That Gwen.
That was, like, I don't actually like using this word for damage, but it works. That was disgusting.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful. Single-handedly puts his entire team on his back. Just walks right in there, says, guys, follow me. I'm going to bring this one home. And there it is. They win right away.
Okay, where is my table now? So SK Gaming picking up the win puts them at 5.
A very strong team fighting comp with a lot of hard engage. They just want to dive in to the Zoe, the Siri. They want to absolutely destroy them in the later stages. For early game in particular, they're pretty scaling heavy, but they...
Zanzara's not done yet, but he will step across the ward, and Odo's got himself the ultimate. He doesn't have the ghost available. As the Vanish Toss will connect. Neon running low, Flash and Cleanse still available to him. That will be crucial in the later stages. Firing out shot after shot. The Saturn's Blade! Trimby is down first blood, but what cost? Comp chases down Mercer, and the 2v2 working in favor.
That was absolutely beautiful. One of the strongest team fighting teams we have in the league. Misfits has a lot of bright spots there as well.
I mean, they really do. I've got some numbers for you, which we'll look at if Neon survives this. Flash and cleanse are available to him. Trimby, bandage tossed. Oh, he predicts it! The cleanse comes out. Oh, Trimby, there's no need to cry. Zanzara potentially looking for Larson. Yeah, Sleepy, Trouble, Bubble. That'll cut off at least one option. Keeper's verdict is used, knocked up into the air. Larson survives for the time being. The solar flare! Mercer sets it up. I mean, that was just beautiful, despite a few skill shots not landing.
I really like what Misfits did here, pushing out the mid lane, getting control that way. They start the Dragon, they see Odo Omni. Trimby is moving down. Him and Melrang and the two to look out for on the rogue side. Sansara standing in the bush. Melrang sneaking in, looking for the play. Does a vision on the Dragon, could potentially steal it. Melrang gets the Dragon, channeling Q. Odo Omni gets out. Melrang ults the Leona for some reason. Irrelevant goes in. Vedius walks up, looks for the play on the Zoe, pops the flash. Can he land the bubble? Oh! Trimby goes in. Sansara, beautiful play, pushing him back. And there's Trevor. Misfits are doing it. They did lose the Dragon, but it looks like they put half of the enemy team in the gray screen simulator. Enjoy your gray screens, friends. Misfits start pushing mid, looks for the turret. Sansara gets sniped. How unfortunate, but they still get the turret.
Broxah, that was awesome. Misfits win the fight. They concede the
Engaging on the rogue side isn't going to be the easiest task in the world. So just, you know, taking control of the area, pulling into opponents. Beautiful stuff.
I mean, I really like it's crazy to think about that, isn't it? With a Mumu and with Vi, it's difficult to engage. But look at this. Underneath the tower, Irrelevance already used the nod. The tower's dropped down. The hop, the skip, the jump. And Irrelevance is going to hold on to that flash, I hope. Please don't waste it. He uses it, flashes. Malrang forced to run for his life. No, what? There's going to look for that snip. The snip, is hop available? No, it is not. Now, is it enough to secure the Baron? If they can close that out, might be worthwhile. Sleepy, Trouble, Bubble, not going to be followed up on. And the Baron
that jumps into the pit. And Trevor, it's time to shine.
It is time indeed. Onowamne forced to jump out of that pit. Keep your eyes on Trimby. Flash, bandage toss, curse of the Sand Mummy available. Going over the wall, the denting blows into the pit. It is Neon that secures the Dragon. The Assault and Battery flies forward, and Malrang's already able to delete Zanzara. Mercer's to follow, immediately killing off onto Trimby. Now Odo gets tagged up. He's slapped inside the bushes. A knock back onto Neon. That was a seismic shove to end all seismic shoves. The shield will come up, and the zap! The laser from downtown. Irrelevant is hella relevant as he's keeping Rogue busy. Vedius goes forward, but it may be too much, it may be too far, it may be too deep. Now all of a sudden, Larson running for his life. Chucks out the rock mines, and Irrelevant continues to throw out the boomerangs. A 3 for 3 in the Dragon of Misfits.
That was a crazy to all the other Drakes. Misfits are having control. Rogue is going to have to walk in. Every other fighter started with Malrang looking for the steal, and I think we're going to see something similar. Actually, great wall. Gonna force Leona to flash out. Now Rogue coming in. Comp unfortunately wasted his E.
Oh, Dragon's going low. Keeper's verdict is going to knock away one. Dragon secured. Number 3 for Misfits. We're working towards that Ocean Soul. Mercer's holding on to the Solar Flare. He's holding on to the Zenith Blade. That's the Solar Flare into the Paddle Star. Not going to be enough to kill Trimby. Cry, cry, cry as Trimby runs away. Dragon secured. Seismic shove. Catches on to Zanzara. I think the Keeper's verdict sending away member of Rogue, allowing them to continue this push. Now Rogue somewhat split up. Dash forward, needle work out, snip, 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 and that's a dead Mercer. Trimby remains alive for now. The Paddle Star not going to be enough to kill Malrang, but it will be enough to take down Trimby at the cost of Vetius's own life. Neon remains untouched, but it's a 3 versus 4.
Neon to go in there and stop it. Irrelevant still has Megana available. Malrang doesn't have flash, but does have the ult, however, and we see Larson trying to zone him. I don't like Sansara basing here. Him basing is the main reason there's no pressure on this Baron. They can get it for free. Baron secured. We see the Megana, however. Sansara is going to look for the play over the wall.
Ooh, not going to be enough. Mystic Shot from Comp picks up the kill. Rogue have just enough time. Zanzara and Neon.
For what it's worth, with Rogue's position, with the advantage, I don't see them giving it up, but we'll see what happens, of course. Drake is up in 5 minutes. Comp gets chunked out a little bit, so maybe there's some hope after all.
Now remember, when you have fish inside a barrel, it's easy to shoot them. That's a pretty big barrel. Cleanse has been used, Dragon secured. That's the 3rd for Rogue. Keeper's verdict, boots one away. Trippy gets pulled backwards, but Zanzara's already down. There's so much damage coming out from Odawamne. He escapes with his life, and Trippy stays alive. Mercer's taken down as well. Irrelevance, Mega Gnar, but he can't find a target. All of a sudden, Neon dashes over the wall. He gets one back. 3-3, Larsen's running for his life. Flash has been used, Cleanse has been used. Malrang has ult, needs to lock somebody down. Flashes away defensively as Odo steps forward to the Hallowed Mist. Scissors prepped to cut. Irrelevant goes hyper for now. That's a second kill of the fight, 2-2. Teleport is needed to escape. The Ultra Shock! What, the Ultra Shock and the Boomerang?
Yeah.
That was... We need a lot of time to take down the Baron. Of course, it's going to be them starting this off again. This is the third time in 40 minutes that they've started. It's going so incredibly slow. Level 15 on Malrang. Sleepy Trouble Bubble will at least force people through a channel. Baron's down to 3,000. Malrang gets jumped on. Irrelevant's taking so much damage from Odo. Baron's peeled away. The fight's broken out. Odo takes down Sans, and Odo escaped with his life. Malrang will be traded, but for Vedius, Neon remains untouched. He is the danger man. He needs to kill everyone for Rogue. 1-for-3, and Rogue win another fight.
Look at those death timers. 40 seconds on the Leona, the Poppy, the Vi. Vedius on 50. The death timers are so long at this point in the game, and now Neon is all on his own. Irrelevant is going to TP in just a moment, but it's going to be really difficult for them to stop this play. Worth noting that Malrang is dead, so maybe Neon can snipe it over the wall. He goes for it.
Laser, not going to be secured.
Very respectable. Is he going to go for more? I think that's about it.
So second Baron, and we get some golf clap, and Rogue will be the first ones to this dragon.
Yeah, this time around it's going to be pretty hard for Misfits to get in there. Rogue has so much pressure. Zanzara looks for the play on Odawamne, smacks him into the wall. Pretty hard for the team to follow up. Odawamne can just walk out. They did land the bubble onto Vi. Rogue trying their best to protect.
The knockout from the verdict, but the damage return. The damage return is just too big. Mega Gnar will buy some time. Meteor stays alive in the back, and all of a sudden Irrelevant and Neon forced to run for their lives. It is a 2-for-2, and Neon is stepping forward, chasing. Sleepy, Trouble, Bubble. Not going to be enough just yet. Larsen and Comp running for their lives. For a moment, I thought Misfits were done. The Mega Gnar bought just enough time for Misfits to get out.
It was a really impossible zone for Rogue to fight in. Misfits just, you know, beautiful stuff.
Mega
Gnar coming in, smack them into the wall.
Malrang smite! Not enough! Not done! Misfits get the Ocean Soul. There is a 55-second death timer on Malrang.
He has a lot of poke, but doing that much damage with Zoe,
yes,
that's very, very impressive.
Over the wall, Malrang jumps onto Neon. Zanzara steps forward, gets the stun onto Malrang. Weaver's wall will bring support from Rogue. Here comes Odo. That's a seismic shove of note. Going golden for Zanzara. Malrang is down. Zanzara stays alive, but Mercer does get taken down. Neon is chasing Odo. Ultra Shock Laser not going to be fired through the wall just yet.
They are already on the Trevor. They are hitting the Baron. It's going significantly faster this time, but Malrang could be looking for the steal. They don't have any vision in the pit right now. They're going to finish it.
They finished! All of a sudden, Trippy goes forward. Curse of the Sad Mummy. But Mercer's already dropped down. Baron was secured. That is the cost of Trimby. Irrelevance running for his life. Neon flashes or dashes over the wall. Baron, does he decide to chase? He's got himself the Assault Battery still available. Comp is going forward with that arcane shift. Ultra Shock Laser goes out. Remember, 1-for-1. Teleport now coming back in for Irrelevant. That's him being jumped on. As all of a sudden, Malrang takes a boomerang to the face. And keep your eyes on Neon. Neon remains untouched. Vedius is trying to force Larsen away. Malrang steps forward. The ultimate is still up for Malrang. The ultimate is still up. He manages to jump on a Neon. Does Neon get taken down? Forced to flash for his life, staying alive. Thanks to the love shield. Thanks to the heals. Misfits. They're turning it up. They've got Baron. They've got 3 kills. They're looking for 4 Vedius flashes. Not going to find it just yet. Irrelevant gets popped in a boulder. A boulder to the face. Roxy, can they finish if they get the ace?
It is gonna be game here if Larsen dies, because only Trimby is gonna be up and available. Misfits of 5 people. Look at the death timers, 40 plus on every single. But that Amumu unfortunately doesn't deal too much damage.
What was that game? Misfits from 0-2 last week, taking down the #1 team in the league. Rogue are on a 3-game losing streak, and Misfits are looking at playoffs. Yo, Roxa, that game was way more competitive than I was expecting. And when you look at those players, Zanzara is pumped.
There's no doubt about it. Like, imagine what a week it's been for them, swapping out Slash and bringing in Sansara. Probably not even sure themselves what to expect coming into this one, but they showed some really good team play, most of all in this one against Rogue, and that's really what it came down to. The fact you can make...
When we think about this bot lane from Vitality, in my opinion, it's been one of their weakest points. And now when you look at like their team fighting prowess, a lot of it is going to be coming from Makazi. This bot lane needs to have a very solid laning phase, but my expectation...
It's usually not until the first dragon that they see them go absolutely ham.
So this is quite normal. You're quite
it's quite normal, quite content, you know, just become a little bit of a... Oh, Alphari will get the stun against the wall. Finn is very close to dead. One more auto attack will do it! And that is Alphari with the lane dominance on the...
Especially with the Renata being able to provide effective peel, Alphari being that primary engage tool. I'm excited to see how she does into this matchup.
Haru smells something. He knows he can make something work here as Finn gets caught again. Still no flash. He was 5 seconds away from that summoner, and that is just good timing there from Vitality. First tower, first dragon, first herald. They're basically first across the board. 2 of those metrics they just cannot get, because we're going to have a look at top side. 2v2 happening, but it's actually a 3v2 as Mickey forced a flash away. You do not have your ult at the moment. You can Killian a zillion, and he will be going down. Perks is here and still has plenty in the back pocket to get Vitality. That is 4-0, and this is starting to become a bit of an issue now for XL.
It doesn't matter who you send topside, Haru's ganking it. And now with the Herald, they can look to secure their first tower of the game. Vitality have come into week 6 looking revitalized.
This is a big moment of momentum here as Vitality are just crushing them right now. They'll get the tower. Thank you, Berlin Crowd, for the Herald cheer. And of course, we'll see...
But for the time being, Vitality using their early prior very well.
He does have cleanse back, so we should be able to cleanse off the Gravitum stun. The Zillion is coming in from the bot side as Perks maybe fancies the 1v1. Patrick thinking he can maybe take this one. Does get the proc down. Gonna have the Cannon Barrage come in as well, but he waited so patiently. Patrick, really well done there. Able to make sure he was able to get the cleanse out and still get the zoom out a little bit away from this particular game, or more so into what this particular game means, because I'm going to stop myself for a second as Nukeduck's going to go straight into a charmed Talia. Perk's going to go golden. They do have the hostile takeover, which will take over Patrick, but everyone just kind of breaks themselves away.
A bit of a time waster, but now they've kind of realigned their focus, I guess you can say. And they've been able to get
the flash forward here from Marcoon, trying to catch out Perks, who does not have flash, does not have cleanse, and does not have a life. 0-2 now on the Talia, but Haru wants to try and make something back. At least getting the flash out of Patrick would be nice.
You can see the gold at the bottom of our screen, right?
Yes.
And this will tell you how much gold they're sitting on, and you can see that Perks is getting very close to having enough money to be able to buy his first item.
Oh, well, Nukeduck's in a lot of trouble. He's caught between a pillar and a hard place. Flash in by Karzi. One more auto attack, but there's just so much mobility on this Ahri. Now Haru really stuck between himself and the rest of the enemy team, but Marcoon, you flashed earlier, which means you don't have it now. He gets flashed on by Haru, and that's another kill here for Vitality. Shelly was still pushing in that top side. Mickey needs to be careful. He needs to change his trajectory because he is not in a good spot. Flashes over the pillar of ice as Patrick tries to defend the rest of his team. That tier 2 is very, very, very low, but I don't think they're going to be able to get on this wave.
You can see Nukeduck as well, committing to the bot side of the map, trying to secure himself a tower in exchange, but Vitality are just dominating on the top side of the map right now.
I mean, you know that Nukeduck just TP bots. You know there's not going to be but you might have gone a little bit too far forward. They really wanted that tower. It cost them a couple more flashes, and the tower still survives. That's a little bit overzealous there from Vitality, and like we said, a bit weird, but that means that all the pressure they've drawn from XL topside opens up that mid lane tier 1.
So Vitality continue to get more objectives on the map. They gain more control. They may end up losing this Drake in exchange.
XL were able to sneak themselves in and get themselves that dragon. Speaking of sneaking in, Marcoon and Nukeduck, 3 seconds till the flash. They're looking for it, and they're going to try and fully commit to him as soon as he goes into meta. The charm is good. Alphari knows he's as good as dead, and that is a shutdown over to Nukeduck.
I respect that Alphari committed to getting the cannon minion before he died.
100%.
You know, man's got his priorities straight. Very relatively slow, but overall controlled game from Vitality. I've been very impressed with how they've been playing the map. I find that often their early games have been so mixed that it's hard for them to get to this state, but you can see that when they actually have control, they're playing the mid game very effectively. But
they are.
Yep.
Look at the Baron, though. They got themselves a trade of a dragon and a turret, but here comes the Baron trade here as XL are saying, look, they're melting it because you've got Nephelios. There's nothing you can do to respond here. That's a tower and an objective, but I think XL are going to be happier with theirs. Saying, like, look, their mid game has been a bit all over the place, shall we say, the decision making. It's been nice from Vitality, but now we can see that they're going to go for a big fight here. TP coming off the backside of this, the Weaver's Wall trying to separate Patrick from the rest of his team. Alfari is mega. He's found one person, but a good flash as Patrick tries to get away. He's got himself the chrono break, so he's going to be able to stay alive. Marcoon now, as we can see, a great ultimate of the hostile takeover. Patrick will not die. Eventually he will fall, but you've traded it back. It's a 1-for-1 as now Vitality look to reset the fight. Nuke is still doing very well as Alfari takes down the Monkey King. It was a good play from Vitality. They recognize that XL were overextended.
Vitality with the
Lack any kind of position here. Marcoon does get himself over the wall, so will be spotted out. Doesn't have the decoy right now. Maybe force the flash. The Weaver's Wall is going to be good to try and separate them away, but XL have a position here where they might try and burn down Alfari, who goes mega and bounces away. The Dragon hasn't even spawned yet, Veni, and that will finally be here, but Finn gets knocked back. They've popped down the Zillion ultimate so they can leave him. That's no longer available to you on XL. They're going to try and maybe look for a little bit of a pick, but Patrick's already so low, and it looks like XL, they don't really have the resources to take this fight, and Vitality get themselves more tools that you can use to maybe turn a fight, and XL, they're kind of running out of options.
They certainly are. Vitality are just keeping XL at arm's length. They're really just chipping away at them, and
here we go! Massive ultimate into the flick back, the solo layers of Vitality in perfect synergy, and XL, they're routed, they're running home as Nuke knows he needs to try and kill this wave, otherwise it's going to be game over.
Perfect ultimate comes in from Alfari. XL wanted to keep the dance going, but Vitality said, nope, this will be our finale, and they played it beautifully. The Wombo combo was clutch, and Vitality will now find themselves with a big win over XL.
Yeah, they're going to be able to push in through this mid lane. They don't even care about the minions. They'll finally be able to get them to kind of join in the parade, but really well done. Very patient play from Vitality, and the most important win that they needed. We will have another fight coming in. As we can see, there's the Berserk from Marcoon as he tries to make this one a little bit of a harder work here. The ace comes out, the Nexus turrets have fallen, and Vitality will tie up XL at 7 wins and 5 losses.
An impressive win overall from Vitality. Arguably the cleanest that they've looked all split. Like, we've definitely seen some good games from them, some bad games from them, but from start to finish, it felt like that we saw consistency from all of their laners. We saw a commitment towards one side of the map in the early game. They invested resources into Alfari, to him as well, and then Tom Kench offers a lot of peel. It ultimately comes down to, can BDS mitigate G2's need to try and dive in, try and force a big team fight? And then on top of that, there's also the early game to take into consideration. He is playing towards his strong side, and Broken Blade has to respect it. He doesn't have a jungler.
He doesn't have a jungler, but a flash in because they want to get the stun down. You can see Syncroft's looking for him, and they know there's no flash on a Gwen. First blood to BDS. And we talked about...
Targamas arrived in time to be able to cover for any potential gank, which then gave room for Jankos to be able to make this play on towards the Drake. Yeah, Syncroft tries to get in range, but the smite was not up. Jankos now going to disengage. The top side, now they're playing a little bit more towards the bot side, and now the Herald has spawned, and look, these resets have come through, and here comes the collapse.
They're going to try and collapse on the Gregor Sivo as Broken Blade pops down the needlework. He does get a 2-man stun, but can he get out alive? That is the question. The answer is yes, he can. And now we're going to see a 2v2 on the top side. As we can see now, Jankos and Broken Blade trying to run away. Jankos hasn't got anywhere to be, and Syncroft takes down the enemy jungler. Limit with a very good timely roll and keeps that in the favor of BDS.
And just in time. They could have pushed another wave bot, but it's okay. So now they use the Herald mid. Now they bring their bot lane into mid lane. They'll bring the Kennen as well. They'll use numbers because they know that Broken Blade is bot to guarantee this push. They'll make sure that this walks into the tower, and then they'll walk into the bot river to set up for the next Drake.
You'll even see they're just kind of aggressively pushing forward with the Hextech Rocket Bell, pushing themselves in. They won't get the tower just yet, but it is just one push away. And now with the Hex Flash over the wall, Syncroft might fancy himself. He finds himself a Caps, who does get himself a Demonic Ascension, but the Lulu is dead, as is the Sivir. They don't want the Dragon Vedius, they want the kills, and that seed that you knew needed blood is starting to get pretty damn big into a tree. Jankos, though, you can see the power of this Swain really moving forward now. They can't kill off the Swain. Caps is still alive. One more auto attack will do it, and next Manny will pick up a double kill. Now Broken Blade, can he get anything else? Syncroft is just so on point to protect his bot lane, and BDS get everything.
History just seems doomed to repeat itself as BDS dominate G2 in the 5v5. They pick up 4 kills. But look at Aggressivo. He walks away with just barely any HP. Does end up dropping, but now we're back live.
They want to go again. Syncroft is unafraid. Actually, never mind. Syncroft is very afraid. Never mind. He won't jump back. Looks like he was Hex Fracting back over the wall. The Drowsy does come in. That's going to be onto Jankos, a double knock-up here. And yes, you may have gotten the Dragon, G2, but do you get out with your lives? The answer is no. It's still 2 minutes until the Baron, but G2, they're getting slapped about the place.
That they are. BDS are leveraging. Let's have a look at the map state right now. We can see that BDS is committing to the top side once more. They have 5 members. Jankos is looking for the fight.
He's looking for the fight, looking for a 1v1 right now. Does pop it down onto Xmadi, and Xmadi's dead. Yeah, ooh, Limit, he flashed in, and that's going to try and save his 80 carry, and it's just not going to work. BDS, you can see it there, the little bit of inexperience, not quite able to kind of keep themselves on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, they're also surprised that Aggressivo chose not to flash in with his ultimate, but I guess given the health bars of Limit, they said that it wasn't worth it. Now the Baron is being started. G2 seems very aware that this is happening.
Yeah, this is very risky from BDS though. G2 not quite fully aware that this is happening, but BDS don't know that for sure. Now a war goes down as eventually the Dragon will be secured. That is sole point.
So we should have... Oh, hang on a second. We don't have time for it because the Baron's being started right now. The pings are coming down. Jankos smells something's up. The vision will be spotted by Caps. They know this is going on. Will BDS just flip the Baron?
They're just kind of committing right now. There's going to be a TP into the pit. Limit trying to see if he can play keep away as Jankos gets knocked back. That's the dummy though. That's not even Jankos. You got baited just as much as they did, and there's going to be the cannon going down. Now Limit trying to go for it. You've no Poppy, and BDS, your early game was fantastic, but G2 are just running you down around the Baron pit. You cannot close out this game just yet.
BDS felt pressured to try and secure the Baron. You're right, you called it. That Poppy ultimate baited me just like it baited BDS because I was convinced that Jankos was gone, and the call to then turn for a fight in a 4v5 was good. But Jankos was still there. G2 was able to turn it around. Let's see if BDS can stop this Baron.
You got 3-item Aphelios if he wants to come over here, but it's so risky to go over. He thought about it and then went straight back to pushing in that mid lane. So that's going to be Baron now for G2. That's a fantastic little Red Bull fight. You got to feel like Void Staff, Rocket Belt on the cannon. This is what you're looking for. They know they haven't been spotted out just yet in terms of what they're doing. Here's the ultimate. Caps is now out of the fight. It's a 5v4, but BDS, you've only got a limited amount of time where it's a 5v4. They're not quite able to kind of muscle themselves in. They haven't really gotten everything. You see Aggressivo, but he wants a TP, and that's exactly what they're going to go for. But it's been spotted out. They know it's coming in because they have got a ward. Now he knows he's been spotted. Aggressivo flashes in. Jankos trying to take out Targamas. They get the double man knockup, but it's a Lulu. So difficult to actually burn that health bar down. It's a fight on 2 fronts. 3v2 and a 3v2, but look at the Aphelios. Limit goes down, and there's Xmadi. Gets a double kill, but this Broken Blade Scissors, it's just too damn big. BDS tried everything. They threw everything in the kitchen sink, but G2, they have gotten themselves to the late game.
G2 commandingly win the team fight, and they will secure themselves the Dragon Soul. It was such a good early game for BDS, but they faltered in the mid game. They lost the Baron, and G2's team comp came online. They're looking to take down as many members as possible. Broken Blade will pick it up, and they're left to run away with their tails between their legs.
Bubble there onto Flacket, who does soak it up there with the spell shield, but now it's becoming more difficult and difficult. BDS are being pulled, stretched around the map. They need to make a decision. They try to go onto Broken Blade, but it's a level 17 Gwen who is immune, and Caps tries to make that one work. Now Xmadi without a Tam Kench to save him, and Caps feeling confident. Caps goes in with the wild growth. They get the knockup. Aggressivo is there. The Moonlight Vigil is pretty decent, but no one goes down beside a G2. I lie. Caps is finally taken out, and it's a trade-off of a 1-for-1. They're kind of saying, look, we're going to call your buff. You haven't gone back yet. You haven't reset. They do have a TP on Broken Blade and a TP on Caps. Look at Flacket. Look at Targamas. They're only joining in now. This is the final ditch effort.
Here it comes. Xmadi melts through this Baron. Jankos should have information that it has been started.
Here we go. They're going to have the pink ward in the back of the pit. It's going to be 50-50. It's going to be a committal. And it's stolen! G2 Jankos will get himself the Baron. And Xmadi will just turn back onto these teammates, but he cannot do anything else. G2, they just absolutely decimate BDS. You have to go for something.
BDS just cannot find a Baron. Jankos took it away earlier, and he takes it away again. With a soul, with a Baron, with a Nexus in their eyes, G2 is looking to go to 7 wins.
And they will destroy their kryptonite, put it into the back of their minds. You only beat G2 Esports once, BDS, and they should be able to get themselves up to 7-5. And all of a sudden, our playoff race is hotting up.
G2, typical in G2 fashion, they're looking for more kills, they're looking for more fights. The ultimate will come out from Syncroft. Oh, Caps could be in some danger.
Delivered. Delivered to the Fountain Laser. like to see that, but G2, they've got Flacken on the Nexus. This is going to be the win, and this is going to be them very much securing themselves towards that playoff spot.
A scary start to the game for G2. The early game was looking convincing from BDS. But honestly, it all started around that Drake. Actually, was the Drake earlier or was it that top lane play? Because those two plays in conjunction then...
Which top lane play?
Well, the top lane play where Xmadi ends up getting caught was a really big play.
It was, yes, that was the top lane play, then it was the
design.
Yeah, they were. They all got changed a little bit. Ari and Sivir got their reworks, but they back in my days.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I was playing ARAMs with them at university. That's how...
yeah, Vi as well. Classic.
Vi, I know, right? We're really rolling it back.
Arcane buff on Mad.
Kaiser or Alyoya roaming up. They have no idea that this is going on. Wonder, though, he senses something. He's got a spidey sense, but it's not that good. He gets knocked up, gets himself killed off, and that is a first blood. He's kind of just changed the whole dynamic of this top side.
I will say that Armut isn't grossly ahead just yet. That's just going to help accelerate him. But this fight could.
Oh, this fight definitely could. We will see them fully engage here on the Hylissang, who doesn't have his ultimate, so he's not got no chrono shift. There's the needlework trying to go right through the hearts of everyone on Fnatic as Mad Lions pick themselves up their second kill, maybe looking for a third. Alyoya is fully committed. There's a Super Mega Death Rocket. Not really going to do anything here. It's upset there. This is an extended fight right now as Kaiser's caught between a rock and a hard place, and he goes down 2 for 1 in the straight so far. But look at Fnatic trying to see if they can coerce them, move them around. These are low health bars onto the Gwen. If you lose the Gwen, this is all of a sudden a 3v2. It's a 3v1. Triple kill coming in for Humanoid. And Fnatic, it looks so bad, but they turned it right back round.
Ends up being a favorable fight for Fnatic as upset more often on junglers as well. I think it was something that Dominate was also tweeting about not that long ago. So shout out to him. Oh. Now we see the posturing around the dragon. Kaiser takes a bit of damage.
There's a full engage coming in. They're going to have the Sivir ult come in as well. Alyoya does flash away. Humanoid looking to try and get over the wall. The charm does not land, and he gets fully engaged upon Flick backed as well, and he's got nowhere else to go. He does get himself into the resurrection, but a 3-man knockup means 2 kills going over to Unforgiven. He's going to be able to pick up a third. A triple to the Jinx as Niski finishes off the Ari. That was clean for Mad Lions.
What a fan.
Just backs himself away. 50 seconds till the dragon spawns. We do have a stopwatch here for Niski as they try and just posture themselves around this Drake.
No TPs available for either top laners, so who's going to move first? It looks like that. Oh, Fnatic are going to pull the trigger.
Flash in to get the slow, to get the double bomb down. We can see them getting the resurrection as well. You've got no summoners here onto the Jinx, but they already taken them out. That's going to be a huge turnaround here as Niski's a little bit late to the party, and that's 2 kills back to Fnatic. They may look for some more as they keep pushing forward with the Sivir ultimate, but they got the 2 picks they wanted.
Really good play from Fnatic. Too much distance. Now they're looking for an opportunity. Kaiser over the wall. The fog of war belongs to Mad Lions.
It does indeed as Humanoid gets caught out. The chains do not land though as they try to look and try and burn him down, but already you can see the power of the Zillion with that ultimate kind of coming in clutch, and they can turn it back onto them. Mad Lions, who may have gone a little bit too far forward, and Fnatic punished them for trying to get the pick.
Wow, Humanoid's look, he manages to dash away from both the traps and the knockback to create enough space where he can then flash away and then create some distance. Beautifully played by Humanoid.
Really well played. Hylissang, though, he's in a lot of trouble. You just used your ultimate, Hilly, and you are being taken out. And this is a bit of a problem now for Wonder. He's got himself TP'd upon on the top side. Actually, he wasn't even TP'd upon. That was just Armut just being behind him. And they're going to be able to knock him down as well. 2 quick picks as Mad Lions not willing to let the momentum go.
This has got to feel a little bit more LPL for you, am I right? Yeah. Action across the board. 9-6 is the kills. And Mad Lions will look to secure themselves another tower. Very quickly, the momentum switching back in their favor.
Here we go, crowd. Here we go. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Humanoid now on the flank.
You're going to look for it now. Humanoid, look, got to keep the momentum going, so it's very difficult, Matt. We'll have full summoners. This is part of the crew. But it's Mad Lions now calling a little bit of a moment here and saying, look, Fnatic, you're not set up for this. We're going to TP in and try to take this Baron.
Look at his wall here.
Oh, it's a good wall. It does separate Razork from the rest of the pack. It's only going to be up for a few more seconds. Humanoids have the Spirit Rush just to get here on time, but Mad Lions, they don't want to go for this Baron just yet. Armut needs to try and run away as he goes golden to keep himself alive. Needs to move away from these bombs. Razork has died, and Armut stays alive. Mad Lions, they didn't get the Baron, but they did get themselves some picks.
Wow, okay, so
still very relevant as we go towards this third dragon for Mad Lions. It is only a Cloud Soul, so it won't give you the most immediate of impacts. As we can see now, Kaiser goes very far forward, isn't they? Fuck! Oh! Oh, Humanoid landed the charm off the prediction of Unforgiven, which means he's completely isolated. And now Razor cleans up the kill onto the side of Kaiser, but he's traded back. Unfortunately for Fnatic, when you lose your jungler, Nate's going for that Baron turn.
This ward. Thank you, Observers, for highlighting that one. Fnatic do have information here. It hasn't been cleared out by Mad.
Okay, they know Niski is there trying to put down the Weavers while Razork's got himself over the side though, so he's now in position. They have a TP coming in from Wonder. They're going to try and make this one work, but Mad get themselves the Baron. That's going to be them now trying to get out of this fight as Armut's caught a little bit behind bars. Trying to see if he can walk away from this one here. He should be able to skip and snip his way to safety. So Mad get the Baron, they get nobody killed, and that's a successful heist.
And that's exactly what they wanted to do earlier. A great wall once again from Niski. Okay, good damage on Mad. Now looking for an opportunity here on the bot side jungle.
I mean, they might find it upsets there, but there's got to be a 2v3 right now. Whoa!
Oh, that's a commitment.
That is a big commitment coming in. Aloya is tanky, but is he going to be tanky enough? Goes golden as we can see a TP coming in. The damage is great from Arma, but he's not quite in a position to make it work. Mad Lions, they're going to keep pushing forward. Humanoid not quite able to flash charm. Will get stunned up though as he gets a spear rush out, and Armut's just a monster. Armut is the man, the boogeyman that you do not want to deal with, the monster under your bed and you just want to pretend isn't real because he is just so scary. Dragon, neither team on Soul, not really a big deal. As Upset. Waver's wall is going to be down, and TP as well, and they're going to try and jump all the way on the Hillsang. Upset's kind of been left alone as he flashes back. They flash in on top of him. He gets resurrected, but it's only going to be back to the side of his death. He gets to see himself die twice as all three carries get killed. Mad find an opportunity, and they completely punish Fnatic.
And just like that, Fnatic get wiped off the map. Mad Lions are looking to cement themselves as the best team in the league right now as they have the Nexus in their eyes.
They got the Nexus turrets after this inhibitor, which goes down with ease like scissors through paper. They will have to go through an Ahri and a Wukong who clears out the wave. I like that from Razork. He prioritizes killing the minions, but they're not done just yet.
They are certainly not. Still 20-second death timers on Wonder and Upset. Hellsang will be respawning, but Armin is just trying to get rid of as many minions as possible. The charm comes through from Humanoid.
Here we go. Here we go. They're going to try and jump on the Kaiser, get a double bomb, actually a triple bomb, but Razork's already dead. Armor jumping in now as well, and it looks like Mad Lions. This Gwen is too big, and Mad Lions up to 9-3.
An impressive performance from the Mad Lions. Not only will they cement themselves at the top of the LEC here at the beginning of week 6, but they will hand-deliver Fnatic a 5-game losing streak. The first that they have had in 8.5 years.